Reality is just a picture in our mind. Our thoughts and emotions create our lives. Thinking and feeling are our ultimate impulse and incentive. We call being able to follow our thoughts freedom. We call following our emotions happiness. But do they really make us free and happy? And who is this thinking and feeling inside of me? Is this really me? Usually, our mind dictates our life. Our thoughts analyze what to do. Our emotions lead us to what is pleasant and easy, or keep us from what is difficult and dangerous. This is as practical as it is effective. But sometimes, our mind gets in our way. When we want to sleep and we lie awake worrying. When we want to forget and we analyze rather than letting go. When we want to enjoy and we cannot stop mulling over something. Our mind seems to be working pretty much on its own. And sometimes our mind seems not to be our friend. In our daily life, we usually are too busy to realize this. But in meditation, we provide our mind a stage and force it to perform. In meditation, our mind cannot hide behind being busy. Having no distractions, we can watch its every move. When sitting in meditation, we develop concentration. Concentration is our anchor. We focus on breath. Whenever our mind gets distracted, we can bring it back to this anchor by breathing in, breathing out. The more we focus, the better we concentrate. But we also develop mindfulness. Being mindful means opening up with all our senses, being completely in the here and now. We mindfully perceive our body and our surroundings. Every detail matters. The cool breath in our nose, the screeches of birds, the pain in our left knee. We can be aware of every thought, of every emotion arising in our mind. Focusing and opening up at the same time seems to be contradictory, but actually it is not. Only sufficient concentration will give us the stability not to be carried away by all these impressions. While being in mindful concentration, our mind can neither hide or slip away, nor can it hold on to anything. Because unlike in daily life, we do watch it, but we do not focus on it. We only focus on our anchor. Meditation is like watching our mind perform on stage. Perceptions arise and cease. Thoughts arise and cease. Emotions arise and cease. We're in the middle of everything. We're experiencing so many things clearly. Yet there's no need to get involved. We do not follow anything. We just watch, like in a theatre. We see thoughts and emotions pass. They arise and cease. Not a single one will stay. They are impermanent. This is the first insight we come to realize. Everything is in constant change. The Buddha called this impermanent. Nothing stays the same, even if we want it to. Seeing our thoughts and emotions pass, we can have a closer look. Have we seen them before? Are they memories from the past? Or plans for the future? Where do they come from? Where do they take us? Do they make us feel happy? Or do they lead into endless loops of anger and worry? Some thoughts are delighting or entertaining. Some feelings are pleasant. But whatever we see, whatever we enjoy, it is impermanent. It will not stay. This is what the Buddha called dissatisfying. In an impermanent world, whatever we enjoy, it cannot bring lasting satisfaction. We can never really settle down or hold on tight to anything, even though we would like to. Eventually, we feel dissatisfied and often suffer from this. Eventually, we have to let go, but do not want to. Because usually, our mind does not like letting go. When watching long and close enough, we can see what our mind is doing. But we also realize we cannot really make it do anything. Neither can we completely decide what to feel or think. Nor can we decide not to think or feel at all. We understand. We are just an observer. We are not the player. Our mind works on its own, and we are not in control. Of course, we can tell the player what to play, and quite often he will. But sometimes he won't. It's not up to us. Strange but true, our mind is not up to us. The Buddha called this no self. Since we do not have control or command, referring to our mind as being me does not really make sense. Because we are not the player. The lack of a self becomes even more evident after some more practice. Sitting in meditation will calm down the mind. The constant flow of thoughts and emotions will slow down. Finally, they will stop. The mind becomes empty. The player stops playing. Nothing is on stage anymore. When there is nothing left to observe, the observer will stop observing and soon disappear too. Then there will be no mind, no me, nothing. Just emptiness. No worries, no happiness, complete emptiness. Now we can experience what is beyond our mind. This state of emptiness usually does not last long. But even if it is just a moment, some people say, in this very moment, we will discover our true self. By meditating, we can develop concentration and mindfulness. They will help us understand some of the most important teachings of the Buddha. Impermanence, dissatisfaction, and the lack of a controlling self. We can find these properties not only in our mind, but in everything. This is why the Buddha called them the 3 marks of existence. Understanding these marks is essential to understanding our mind. By meditating, we can explore our mind. We can watch thoughts and emotions arise and cease, and understand what is behind them. We can learn how to better deal with our mind. And maybe find our true self beyond it. Because our true self does not need a mind.